Hello students, how are you all? The today's topic is group 17 elements. The elements present in the group 17 is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetylene. So these are the elements present in the group 17 of the periodic table: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and acetylene. And the group 17 elements are also called as halogens. These elements are also called as halogens. The word halogen is derived from the Greek word. In Greek word, halo in Greek language, halo means salt, genes means born. Greek word. So the word halogen is derived from Greek word. Halo means salt. Halo means salt, genes. Genes means born. Genes means born. So halogenes, salt born, nothing but in other words, you can write it as salt producers. They are salt producers. Halogens will produce salt, so that they are salt producers. So in Greek words, halo means salt, genes means born. In simple words, that is salt producers. Halogens produce salt. Now let us look at the occurrence of group 17 elements: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Occurrence in that first topic is occurrence. Occurrence of group 17 elements. In that first one I am taking fluorine. Fluorine occur in the form of fluorospar. It is nothing but CaF2. Its formula is CaF2. CaF2 nothing but fluorospar. So fluorine is available to us in the form of fluorospar. And the second one is it is available in the form of fluorapatite. Fluoroapatite. The formula is Ca3PO4 taken twice, 3Ca3PO4 taken twice, CaF2. Actual formula is 3Ca3PO4 taken twice, so CaX2. This X plus we can take general formula is Ca3PO4 taken twice, CaX2. So this is 3Ca3PO4 taken by CaX2. In the place of X you can keep fluorine, we have to call as fluorapatite. In the place of X you can keep chlorine, we have to call as chloropatite. In the place of X if you keep OH, we have to call as hydroxyapatite. So in the case of X, in this case in the place of X we are placing fluorine, so that we are calling as fluoroapatite. 3Ca3PO4 taken by CaF2. Next it is available in the form of cryolite. Its formula is Na3Al F6. So fluorine available in the form of cryolite, Na3Al F6. This is the formula for cryolite, Na3Al F6. So this is the occurrence of fluorine. Next occurrence of chlorine. Chlorine is available to us in the form of sodium chloride. Available in the form of sodium chloride, NaCl. Next chlorine is available to us in the form of chloropatite. Its formula is Ca3PO4 taken twice, Ca3PO4 taken twice, Ca in the place of X I am placing chlorine. So this is 3Ca3PO4 taken by CaCl2. This is the formula for chloroapatite. This one you can write in another way also as this one you can represent in another way as 3 3 is 9. We can take Ca9 and PO4 taken 2 3 is 6. Ca9 PO4 taken 6, CaCl2. Even this one also you can write Ca9PO4 taken 6, CaF2. So like this also we can represent. Next, chlorine available to us in the form of carnallite. Carnallite. Its formula is KCl MgCl2 6H2O. So KCl MgCl2 6H2O is a carnallite. So chlorine available in the form of KCl MgCl2 6H2O. So these are the occurrence of chlorine. Chlorine available in the form of sodium chloride, chlorine available in the form of chlorapatite, and chlorine available in the form of carnallite, KCl MgCl2 6H2O. Next, remaining to have bromine and iodine. So bromine and iodine both are available to us in the sea water. So bromine and iodine available to us in the form of in sea water, and iodine is available in seaweeds. So bromine and iodine available in sea water, iodine available in seaweeds. Here is astatine is a radioactive element. So this is the occurrence of group 17 elements. Next, atomic properties of group 17 elements. In that first element. So first is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and astatine. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine, and astatine. These are the group 17 elements. Next, atomic number. Atomic number of group 17 elements. So atomic number of fluorine is 9. So to this 9 we have to add 8. So 9 plus 8 you are going to get 17. So atomic number of chlorine is 17. And to this 17 how much we have to add? 18. So 17 plus 18 we will get 35. Atomic number of bromine is 35. To this 35 we have to add how much? Again 18 plus 18. So we will get 53. 53. So atomic number of iodine is 53. To this 53 we have to add how much? 32. So we have to add 32. Then we are going to get 85. Atomic number of astatine is 85. Isn't it? Already we know very well that so first element atomic number we have to remember. To the first element atomic number we have to add 8. Then we'll get the atomic number of second element. So to the atomic number of second element we have to add 18. Then we are going to get atomic number of third element. To the third element atomic number we have to add 18. Then we'll get atomic number of next element. To the atomic number of this element iodine we have 53. We have to add 32. We'll get atomic number of astatine. So 8, 18, 18, 32. So this is the simplest way to remember the atomic numbers of elements from top to bottom. So atomic numbers of fluorine is 9, chlorine is 17, bromine is 35, iodine is 53, and astatine is 85. These are atomic numbers. Next, electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. The general electronic configuration of group 17 elements is NS2 NP5. The general electronic configuration is NS2 NP5, where N is equal to 2 to 6. N we have to take 2 to 6. Now let us write the electronic configuration of all these elements. First element is fluorine. So fluorine atomic number is 9. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. In the place of 1s2, I am taking helium. Then directly can write helium. Helium electronic configuration is 1s2. And remaining what you have is 2s2, 2p5. So in the valency shell we have 2 plus 5, 7 valence electrons in there. In the group 17 elements, in every group 17 element in the valency shell there is a 7 valency electrons. Next, chlorine atomic number is 17. Helium, after helium what we have to noble gas we have taken? Neon. After helium we will get a neon. Neon 2 will become 3. 3s2, 3p5. One shell we have to increase. So 2 to 3. 2s2 become 3s2, 2p5 become 3p5. So one number we have to increase. The principal quantum number we have to increase because top to bottom number of shells increases. So 2s2, 2p5, 3s2, 3p5. So helium will become here is neon. Next noble gas, helium, neon, and the next one is what we have to take is argon. Argon. So electron configuration of bromine, 35 atomic number argon. We have to take argon is involved. We have to take d orbital, 3d10, 4s2, 4p5. 3d10, 4s2, 4p5, isn't it? Next iodine, helium, neon, argon. Next one is krypton. So we have to take next noble gas is krypton. So krypton 3d will become 4d, 4d10. Here is 4s is there, we have to take a 5s to 4p, we have to take as 5p, 5p5. So one number we are increasing 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 3d become here is 4d. So numbering n is equal, we have to take 2 to 6. So atomic electronic configuration of krypton is 4d10, 3s2, 4d10, 5s2, 5p5. Next astatine. So helium, neon, argon, krypton. Next one is we have is xenon. Noble gas is xenon. So whenever the xenon is there, we have to take F orbital, 4f14. This 4d will become 5d. We have to take 5d10. So 5 will become 6. 6s2, 6p5. So this is electron configuration of astatine. Astatine electron configuration is xenon, 4f14, 5d10, 6s2, 6p5. So in all these cases, if you look at the configuration of 3s to 3p5, 3s to 3p5, 4s to 4p5, 5s to 5p5, 6s to 6p5. So simple general electron configuration is ns to np5. The general electron configuration of group 7 is ns to np5, where n is equal to 2 to 6. N is equal to 2 to 6. So this is electronic configuration of group 17 elements. Next, atomic size. Atomic size, or you can take covalent radius, atomic size. So while moving from top to bottom, atomic sizes are increases because of increasing of number of shells. While moving from top to bottom, atomic numbers are increases. I'm moving from top to bottom. So top to bottom, from fluorine to astatine size is increases. Atomic size is increases because the size increases because number of shells is going to get increases. Number of shells is nothing but a principal quantum number. So number of shells increases, automatically the size of atom is going to get increases. So let us take a general representation. I'm taking a fluorine. There are 2 shells, 2s2, 2p5. Just I'm taking understanding purpose 2 shells. In the case of chlorine, how many shells? 3s2, 3p5. 3 shells is there. So 1, 2, 3. Understanding purpose I'm drawing this. And bromine, how many is there? 4s2, 4p5. 4 shells is the outer motion level. 1, 2, 3, 4. And iodine, how many shells is there? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So similarly you can take astatine also. So the point here is look at these diagrams. Here is fluorine has 1, 2 shells. N is equal to 2. In the case of chlorine 1, 2, 3. N is equal to how much? 3. In the case of bromine 1, 2, 3, 4. N is equal to 4. In the case of iodine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So N is equal to N is equal to 5. So in the case of astatine, N is equal to 6. Look at the 2, 3, 4, 5. N value is going to get increases. This is the first shell, second cell. So N is equal to 1, N is equal to 2, N is equal to 3. So number of shells are increasing. N value is increases. From top to bottom, N increases, nothing but number of shells increases. As a result, the distance from the nucleus to outer motion energy level is going to get increases. Here is distance from the nucleus to outer motion energy level is very long, but here is the distance between the nucleus to outer motion energy level is very short. So this is a small atomic size, this is the large atomic size. So while moving from top to bottom, atomic sizes are increases because of increasing of number of shells, nothing but principal quantum number. So what is the statement you have tried is while moving from top to bottom, top to bottom. That means fluorine to astatine atomic size increases. Atomic size increases due to increase of number of shells. Due to increase of number of shells. So this is the statement you have to write while discussing about atomic size. While discussing atomic size, this statement you have to write. So while moving from top to bottom, that means from fluorine to astatine, atomic size is increases because increasing of number of shells or nothing but principal quantum number. Next, atomic sizes of group 17 elements is the smallest in their respective periods. In each respective period, their atomic sizes are very small. Let us understand this point by taking an example. So, I am taking a second period elements. So, second period elements I am taking a P block, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. Even I can take second period element we have is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. So these are the second period elements. So halogens have smallest atomic sizes in their respective period. So in this period I am taking fluorine is the smallest atomic size in this period. Second period fluorine is the smallest. Next period you can take then chlorine is the smallest. Atomic size. So group 17 elements have a smallest atomic size in their respective periods. So let us understand by taking a second period. Here is boron, atomic number is 5. It has 5 positive charges. 5 protons is there, 5 positive charges, imagine. And atomic number of carbon is 6, nitrogen is 7, oxygen is 8, fluorine is 9. So here is boron contains 5 protons. Carbon contains 6 protons, nitrogen 7, oxygen is 8, fluorine is 9. Number of protons increases. Protons has positive charge. So nuclear charge from boron to fluorine is going to get increases. So effective nuclear charge is increasing. While moving from left to right in a period in a periodic table, the effective nuclear charge here is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Effective nuclear charge is going to get increases. One reason. So because of increasing of effective nuclear charge, the size of the halogens in their respective periods are less. This is the one reason. And one more point is the number of cells is constant. Number of cells is constant here. Boron configuration is electron configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p1. I am writing outermost configuration 2s2 2p1. Number of shells is 2 here. Carbon 2s2 2p2. I am writing only outermost configuration 2s2 2p2. Number of shells again 2 same 2 shells is there. In the case of nitrogen 2s2 2p3. This is 2s2 2p3 outermost configuration. Oxygen 2s2 2p4. This is 2s2 2p5. So if you look at the electronic configuration of these elements, all these elements contain 2 shells. So here in this case boron 2s2 2p1, 3, carbon 2s2 2p2, nitrogen 2s2 2p3. All the cases they have 2 shells. So the point is in these elements number of cells is constant. From boron to oxygen number of cells is constant. 2 cells is there. And there is nuclear charge is going to get increases. Nuclear charge is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here is 5 protons is there. Here is 6 protons, 7 protons, 8 protons and 9 protons. So nuclear charge increases. Effective nuclear charge increases from boron to fluorine. And number of cells is constant. As a result, the halogen atoms has a smallest atomic size in their respective periods. In their respective periods, halogen atoms are smallest atomic size because of effective nuclear charge. Because of increasing of effective nuclear charge and number of cells in each period is constant. So this because of increasing of effective nuclear charge, they have smallest atomic size in their respective periods. So regarding atomic size, what the points we have tried is while moving from top to bottom, that means from fluorine to astatine, atomic sizes are increases because of due to increasing of number of cells, nothing but principal quantum number. And the next point is atomic sizes of halogen atoms are small. Halogen atoms are smallest atomic size in their respective periods because maximum effective nuclear charges increases. Effective nuclear charges increases. So this is relating to the atomic size. Next one is ionization enthalpy. I am writing this ionization enthalpy or in energy. Ionization enthalpy or ionization energy. So already we know very well that while moving from top to bottom in a periodic table, the ionization energies are decreases. So already we know very well ionization energies depends upon the atomic sizes. Atomic sizes are decreases, ionization energies are going to get so atomic sizes are increases, ionization energies are going to get decreases. So while moving from top to bottom, size, atomic size is going to get increases. Atomic size is increasing. Atomic size increases, ionization enthalpy, ionization is going to get decreases. So already you know the one general statement, ionization energy or enthalpy is inversely proportional to atomic size. Ionization enthalpy inversely proportional to atomic size. So while moving from top to bottom, atomic size increases. So here is imagine here is an electron is there, here is another electron is there. So which electron we can remove very easily? That is the question. In outer motion here is one electron, in outer motion energy level here is one electron. Which electron we can remove very easily? So energy required to remove that electron we are calling as ionization energy. The minimum amount of energy required to remove the electron present in the outer motion energy level of isolated gaseous neutral atom we have to call as ionization enthalpy. Now the question is which electron we can remove very easily? Here is the distance is very short. So there is a strong attraction to the nucleus and outer motion energy level electron. There is strong attraction to the nucleus and electron present in the outer motion energy level. Here is the distance is long. So attraction between the nucleus and outer motion energy level is very weak when compared to here. So we can break this attraction very easily because attraction is weak here because distance is more. Because of long distance, attraction is weak. Here is short distance, attraction is more. So breaking of this force of attraction and removing this electron required more energy. Here. Here is attraction is weak. As a result of breaking up this bond, breaking up this force of attraction very easily, and to remove this electron. This electron we can remove very easily. So that while moving from top to bottom, energy required to remove electron is decreases. Nothing but ionization energies are decreases. This is depends upon size. So what is the statement we have to is while moving from top to bottom, while moving from top to bottom in the group, that means from fluorine to astatine, or you can take astatine is radioactive element, you can take up to iodine also. So fluorine to iodine, astatine, ionization energies decreases. Ionization energy decreases due to atomic size increases. So this is the information relating to the atomic size. Information relating to the ionization enthalpy, IA. Next, electron gain enthalpy. Halogens have a maximum negative electron gain enthalpy in their respective period. That is right, the values. Fluorine is minus 333. Next, chlorine is minus 349. This in terms of kilojoule per mole. Minus 333, minus 349. And bromine is minus 325. And next one is iodine is minus 296. So if you compare the electron gain enthalpies of these elements with their respective periods, these elements have maximum negative electron gain enthalpies. This is mainly due to the presence of NS to NP5 configuration. They have NS to NP5. Outermost electron configuration has NS to NP5. So 2 plus 5, there are total number of electrons is 7 in the valence shell. If these elements will take 1 electron, the number of electrons will become 8 in the valence shell. In the valence shell, they have 7 electrons. If they are shortage of 1 electron to reach a noble gas configuration, that means octet configuration. If these elements gain 1 electron, then the total number of electrons becomes 8. They will reach octet configuration. So to reach the octet configuration, they are ready to take electrons they are ready to take electrons and the release energy will be more. As a result, because of this reason, these elements have maximum negative electron gain enthalpies in their respective period. If you compare the elements in the respective period, these elements have maximum negative electron gain enthalpy. That is the reason, because of their shortage of one electron to reach octet configuration. So they are ready to take electrons, they will release energy. And while moving from top to bottom, negative electron gain enthalpies are decreases. 333 from here to here increases. The exception is there. 333 minus 333 minus 349 minus 325 minus 296. In general, while moving from top to bottom, electron gain enthalpies are decreases, because of the reason is atomic size is increases. While comparing the top to bottom, we have to take atomic size. Size is increases, that their tendency to take electrons is decreases. Suppose I am taking one electron here, I am placing another one electron here. So I am placing one electron here, here is nucleus to what is electron we are going to add. Distance is very, very long. Outer motion level is very, very long. Here is distance is short. As a result, there is a strong attraction between the nucleus and what is electron we are going to get add. Here is the distance is very long. As a result, this atom cannot take electrons very easily because of long distance. Adding of electrons to the outermost shell is very difficult here because of large size. But here adding of electron, the small size atom is adding of electron small size atom is because of nuclear attraction is increases. So in general, the general statement is while moving from top to bottom, negative electron gain enthalpies are decreases. Negative electron gain enthalpies are decreases because of increasing of atomic size. That is one reason. But here the problem is fluorine to chlorine. So fluorine to chlorine, the negative value is increases. Negative value is increases instead of decrease. All the cases minus 333, minus 349, minus 325, minus 296. Negative values are decreased from top to bottom. Negative values decreases. Negative values are decreases. In general, from top to bottom, negative values are decreases. But fluorine to chlorine, negative values instead of decreasing, the negative value is increasing. This is the question arises. Why the negative value increases in the case of fluorine to chlorine? This is mainly because of small size of fluorine. The size of fluorine is very, very small, and there is inter-electronic repulsions. Because of this reason, the chlorine has more negative electron gain enthalpy as compared to the fluorine. Suppose I am take. So it has two shells. This is the first shell and this is the second shell. Chlorine I am taking. Chlorine, first shell, this is the second shell, and this is the third shell. Chlorine has three shells, right? Here is 7 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 electrons is there. Here also 7 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. The valence shell I am taking. So in the valence shell there is 7 electrons in the chlorine, the valence shell 7 electrons in the fluorine. Right. So what we have to do is we have to add electron to both of these elements. Here is because of its small size, so electrons, inter-electron repulsions will be there. The adding electrons are very close because p orbital is very small. Here p orbital is very small in size when compared to the chlorine. So the relative size of the p orbital is small and compared to the chlorine. Size of the p orbital is small in compared to the chlorine and p orbital. As a result, adding of this electron to this p orbital is very difficult because of its small size. Electrons are very close to each other, and inter-electron repulsions will be operated. Due to inter-electron repulsions, so adding of electron is very difficult. Even the small size, atomic size is very smaller, adding of electrons is very difficult because of inter-electron repulsions, because of relative small size of p orbital. Here is inter-electron repulsions is very short when compared, very less when compared to the fluorine. So we can add electron very easily to the chlorine when compared to the fluorine. Adding of electron to the chlorine is easy when compared to the fluorine. So because of this reason, the fluorine has a less negative electron gain enthalpy as compared to the chlorine. So this simply it is based on one is atomic size of fluorine is small, and there is a inter-electronic repulsions in the fluorine. So adding of electron is very difficult to fluorine when compared to the chlorine. As a result, the negative electron gain enthalpies of fluorine is less than that of the chlorine. So more energy released in the case of chlorine when compared to the fluorine. So this is electron gain enthalpies. So what is the statement we have is while in general, while moving from top to bottom, electron gain enthalpies are negative electron gain enthalpies are decreases because of increasing of atomic size. So size increases, negative electron gain enthalpies are going to get decreases while moving from top to bottom. And one more important point is the fluorine has a small negative electron gain enthalpy as compared to the chlorine. This is because of a small size atom of fluorine, and another one is due to interelectron repulsions. Due to interelectron repulsions of fluorine because of its small sized p orbital related to small p orbital. So as a result, fluorine has small negative electron gain enthalpy as compared to the chlorine. So this is electron gain enthalpies. Next, one more is there electronegativity. I am writing here itself. This is ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy I am taking here is electronegativity. Electronegativity. So while moving from top to bottom, electronegativity values decreases. En decreases. While moving from top to bottom, electronegativity decreases because of increasing of size. So electronegativity depends upon size. So electronegativity is inversely proportional to atomic size. So size increases, electronegativity is going to get decreases. What is the statement we have? It is while moving from top to bottom, the electronegativity values are decreases because of increasing of their atomic size. And one more important point is fluorine is the highest electronegative element. Fluorine is highest electronegative element. So this is information relating to the electronegativity of group 17 elements. These are the atomic properties. Next, physical properties. In that, first one is physical state. Physical state of group 17 element. Physical state. Fluorine, chlorine. Fluorine and chlorine are gases. Fluorine and chlorine are gases. And bromine is a liquid state. Bromine is in liquid state. And the next one what we have is iodine. Iodine is a solid. Iodine is in solid state. Fluorine, chlorine are gases, so bromine is a liquid, iodine is a solid. This is the physical state of these elements. Next one is melting points. Melting points. So while moving from top to bottom, melting points are increases. Order we can expect fluorine is less than, chlorine is less than, bromine is less than iodine. So iodine melting point is greater than that of the remaining elements. This is melting points mainly depends upon the size. Size increases, I will write here. Size increases in general. Size increases, van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases. So size increases, van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases the strong attraction between the particles, molecules. As a result of breaking those molecules require high energy, so that melting points are going to get increases. Melting points are increases. So melting points and boiling points depends upon van der Waals forces. The van der Waals force depends upon size. So melting points and boiling points. So melting points from top to bottom, fluorine to iodine is increases. Iodine is more melting point when compared to the rest of the elements. Next, boiling points. Boiling points. Even boiling points also has the same reason. So order what can expect is fluorine is less than, chlorine is less than, bromine is less than iodine. So this is the boiling point order for these elements. So iodine is a more boiling point and compared to the fluorine. Even boiling points also depends upon van der Waals force. Van der Waals force increases. Van der Waals force increases, break the force between the two molecules and separating them required high energy. So that boiling points are going to get increases. So van der Waals force depends upon sizes. So size from top to bottom is increases. Size increases. What will the reason? Van der Waals force. Van der Waals force increases. When van der Waals force increases, what will happen? Boiling points also going to get increases. For the boiling points and melting points, we can expect a same reason. Next one is density. density. So while moving from top to bottom, density is increases. So density order, fluorine is less than, chlorine is less than, bromine is less than iodine. So this is the order of density. So density depends upon molecular mass. So molecular mass increases, density is going to get increases. So density order is iodine, bromine, chlorine and fluorine. So iodine is greater value and fluorine is the least value because of increasing of molecular mass. Molecular mass increases, density is going to get increases. This is the density. Next one is bond dissociation enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy, XX bond. Bond dissociation enthalpy of XX bond in a kilojoule per mole. In a kilojoule per mole. So while moving from top to bottom, atomic sizes are increases. As a result, XX bond lengths are increases. Then bond dissociation enthalpies are what we are going to expect is decreases. But one exception is there. I am taking first fluorine F2, Cl2, Br2, I2. So here is a fluorine bond and a chlorine bond, bromine bond and a iodine bond. So which bond we can break very easily? That is the question. So which bond we can break very easily? The breaking of iodine bond is very easy because of distance is very large. Both are long. This iodine is size is more. Iodine size is more in the sense the distance between the two iodine atoms is large. Bond length is very long. Bond length is very long in the sense we can break it very easily. That means to break iodine bond, bond between iodine and iodine atoms is very easy when compared to the rest of the elements. So iodine is the least value. Iodine is least value. And compare the fluorine, chlorine and bromine. So if you compare the chlorine, bromine with fluorine, fluorine is a small size. Upon this fluorine, there is a lone pair of electrons is there. And there is inter-electronic repulsions. Because of the repulsions of these pairs of electrons, this bond is very weak. We can break it very easily. So two fluorine atoms are very close to each other, and fluorine atoms are very close to each other. Fluorine atom has a pair of electrons. The pair of electrons will be repelled. Due to repulsions, this bond is very weak because of small size of this fluorine. So breaking is very easy. Actually size is small, we can breaking up the bond is required more energy, but in this case the repulsion of electron pairs, as a result breaking up this bond is very easy when compared to the chlorine and bromine. Then what the order can expect is chlorine is greater than, bromine is greater than, fluorine is greater than iodine. This is the expected order. So in general I2, F2 is greater than, Cl2 is greater than, Br2 greater than I2 because of small size. But in this case exception of fluorine we are taking a less value when compared to the chlorine bromine because of electronic repulsions in the fluorine. So this is a bond dissociation enthalpy, XX bond dissociation enthalpy in kilojoules and kilojoule per mole. Next color. Color property, color of halogens. So here fluorine is yellow. Fluorine is yellow color. Next chlorine is greenish yellow. Chlorine is greenish yellow. And bromine is red color. Bromine is red. And iodine is violet. So violet color. This is red color. This is greenish yellow color, yellow color. The point is all halogens are colored. One question arises: why the halogens are colored? The second question is why they are different colors. So fluorine is yellow, chlorine is greenish yellow, bromine is red, and iodine is violet color. So halogens, all halogens are colored. One point. The second point is why they have different colors. The first point answer. All halogens are colored due to absorption of radiation in visible region, which result in the excitation of electrons from the lower energy level to higher energy level. As a result, they exhibit a color. So what is my point is, I am taking this is a halogen. Its nucleus nucleus of halogen, electron present in the low energy state, and imagine this is the higher energy state. So whenever this halogen is placed in the UV light visible region, then electrons present in the low energy level will be, this is the ground state, will be get excited to the higher energy state. This is the lower energy state, this is the higher energy state. Electrons present in the lower energy state get excited to the higher energy state. Then the electron when reaches higher energy state, when it coming back, it will emit radiation. It will emit radiation. So the color property of this compound is because of excitation of electron from the lower energy state to higher energy state. While coming to the ground state, it will emit radiations. So because of this reason, they exhibit color. Simply the color of the halogens is due to the, all halogens are colored, it is due to the absorption of radiation in the visible region. As a result, the excitation of electrons to the higher energy level takes place. This is the one reason why they are colored. And why they exhibit different colors? Because of they will absorb different quanta of radiations. So all these halogens do not absorb same amount of quanta radiation. So different halogens absorb different quanta of radiation. So they are different in colors because of absorb different quanta of radiation. Because of this reason, they can exhibit different colors. So let us write the statement relating it to PUC point of view. This is very, very important color property. So first, why the halogens are colored? All halogens are colored. Halogens are colored. All halogens are colored due to absorption of radiation. Absorption of radiation in a visible region, which results in the excitation of outer electrons. Excitation of outer electrons to higher energy levels. Higher energy levels. So why the halogens are colored? This is the reason. And they display the different colors. They display the different colors because of they observe different quanta of radiation. By absorbing different quanta of radiation, they display different colors. So this is the reason why all halogens are colored and why they are in different colors. All halogen colored, fluorine is yellow, chlorine is greenish yellow, bromine is red, iodine is a violet color. This is due to, the reason is due to absorption of radiation in visible region, which result in the excitation of outer electrons to higher energy level. They are the different colors. Why the different colors? Because by absorbing different quanta of radiation, they display different colors. So these are the physical properties of group 17 elements. Physical properties of group 17 elements.